that for sure if the shooter's still inside.
Okay.
I mean, they said it's a 16-year-old. Wait for at least one more unit and then we'll head in.
That was when he told me that he'd already killed the rest of my family.
On January 1st, 2020, at approximately 7:20 p.m., Grantsville, Utah police officers received a dispatch concerning a suspicious persons call at a residential address. Police dispatch informed the officers that someone had dialed 911, reporting they were taking an adult male with a leg gunshot wound to the hospital. They also notified the officers that the suspected shooter was in the same vehicle heading to the hospital and had shot 4 other people in the home. The subsequent body cam footage captures the officers' initial arrival and their findings inside.
12 Golf 11 is at 94, 96. Doors open. Copy, 23. Can we go around? There's blood all over, dude. There's blood all over the wall.
I have a lot of blood in the hole. I'm going to wait for the county units before any gunshots. Sit down.
Copy.
So Golf 4, I also see the firearm. Can you make sure you've contacted Golf 1 as well? Upper. Go put your gloves on. Yep. Grantsville Police Department, is anyone home? Grantsville Police Department, is anyone home? If anyone's home, make yourself known. Grantsville Police Department! Grantsville Police Department! Yep. What was that? I wanted to keep him there. I don't know if that for sure if the shooter's still inside. I mean, they said it's a 16-year-old. Wait for at least one more unit and then we'll head in.
One, 3 kids, moms.
Well, how many were in them?
Just poke your head in here and I'll cover you this way.
Yep.
Just see if we have anyone right here.
Yep, you ready?
Yeah, like that, yep.
Okay, I have a lot of central spot. Just gonna post up right here. Yeah. What's that? I'm just gonna post right here because I got a good angle.
Got a bullet there.
Yep.
Confirming white and 3, we were advised white before.
Let's see what.
Huh?
Let's see if they. Charlie 41, Charlie 13. Charlie 41, Charlie 13. Come up here.
Just watch your step, watch what you touch.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yep.
Grab some gloves.
If you got rubbers on.
Rubbers.
If you got them, put them on.
Yeah, I got some mediums.
You see anybody yet?
No, I haven't gone farther than this. Grantsville Police Department, if you're in here, make yourself known!
Yeah, I'll get mediums.
Okay.
Grantsville Police Department!
The gate's locked.
Are you guys ready?
So
Yep,
let's
I'm
check
good.
out both doors.
I got left and right.
Okay, you go one way, I'll go the other.
I'm gonna go right.
Just hold it.
Got stairs.
Yeah. We got one over here. Where'd that go?
Grantsville Police Department, if you're in here, make yourself known! I've got an upstairs and a downstairs. Okay.
Hold down.
Got one there.
That's a gun right here. Shit. Troll got 4, I got 2 more. Grantsville Police Department, if you're in here, make yourself known! Up firm.
Okay, hold on.
I'm just gonna post right here. Just gonna move up. It's empty. I'm gonna go left. Yep. Grantsville Police Department! Grantsville Police Department! Negative so far. I'm clear over here. Okay, clear. You clear this one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna holster to step over.
Looks like mom, Charlie.
What was that?
You want my investigation to come help?
Let me get a hold of my LT first. Are we gone downstairs?
Nope. I'm just holding it.
Okay, so once Josh clears, no one else upstairs.
I'll hold right here to make sure no one goes past this point.
Yeah, is that all clear?
Marshall, you stay right there.
Grantsville Police Department! Okay, so I've got 2 unknowns and a left.
We got one, I think.
Grantsville Police Department! I'm just gonna hook and hold. I got another. Grantsville Police Department! Okay. I've got one here. Straight unknown, I'm gonna go left. Number 4.
Look out back there. Oh,
Downstairs. Clear.
Alright, let's everyone head out and secure this place. Which one will I go for? Just to confirm, I have 4 total echoes. We're gonna, house is clear, we're gonna lock the house down.
Police worst fears were confirmed when they discovered 4 victims inside the home. Exiting the premises, officers secured the area and convened to discuss their findings. They also interviewed nearby neighbors to gather any relevant information they might have seen or heard.
I'll start on the 29. He's just going to start on the log.
So we'll fill you in, Greco. We got 4 deceased inside. Lighten's going to start on a warrant. We're going to call our state crime lab. Get them out here, see if they'll help us process. 16-year-olds in custody at Florida City PD. We have the dad with multiple gunshot, dad or grandpa, multiple gunshot wounds, still alive at the hospital, probably flying to Salt Lake. And so we'll need to interview kids, someone at the scene, make sure we have the suspect, he's admitting to it, but make sure it's him. So you get crime lab, he's going to get warrant once they help with scene.
Yep.
All right, and then we need to have somebody. We need Max probably going to Salt Lake. Stay with our other victim.
He's already there.
Okay, and then we'll need someone to interview suspect.
You want me to go up there and do, after I do the crime lab, and then head up there?
And you do interview, make sure we have the right person.
Okay.
You say Max is in Salt Lake already?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll give Max a call and see where he is and where he's at. Do we know a hospital that they're going to? Probably the U.
I guess they're probably stabilizing before they even try to fly in.
Okay.
So if you start that, we'll go from there.
So they've got their mobile command that they're offering.
It'd be one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that would be great. I mean, if anything changes, then you have it, you know. But it seems like it's pretty contained.
So you have the case on this?
Sounds like we have all victims.
Make sure you do detail exactly what you did. All of us
We
need
just
to do
haven't
that.
confirmed the shooter.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You want to do
I thought I gave him to Leiden to give to you. I thought I gave him back to Leiden to give to you.
the only thing we're
Are they all in one room, or they?
no, they're scattered.
I got him.
One on the main level, 2
So I'm
on the
wondering,
stairs, 1 on the basement.
Chisholm's going to go up do interview with suspect. It'd be nice to have somebody with him.
They're in my pocket. I
I
just can't
can
get
see
it.
if Watson can go
If
there.
I would say Watson's done a lot of
I mean, he's
interviews
done a
with
lot of
homicide
homicide
suspects.
suspects.
So
I'm going to call Watson and see if Chisholm can just grab him.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
Okay.
Mainly, I need someone if I get a.
You want me to call him? Is
I
he
just
may
called
not?
him.
Oh, you just called him?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to get him. I'm going to grab my notepad so I remember who's doing what. But
Wouldn't be a bad idea to see if Valley can send somebody over, because we probably have family and stuff showing up.
that's a good idea. Okay, I'll have Chisholm work on that too.
So
I'll get on that. LT, you want me to?
You're going to work on that?
I'll work on Valley.
He's involved as well.
So we can rule him out one way or the other. Just confirm that he's not involved.
It sounds like he's not doing it. He could have 5, right?
Yeah, I don't know what. Shot.
Liver looks like there were struggles. My guess is Dad
Yeah,
was
there's
fighting.
blood.
Dad's fighting.
Dad is fighting, and he's probably lucky
Couch
he's
cushions.
still alive.
Gotcha.
So who came and picked him up? Do we know that yet?
Sounds like a neighbor.
Oh, so
I wonder if
we
it's
got
his neighbor
another
next
witness too. Okay, this is making more sense. I'm like, because I'm thinking, well, how
someone
did
drove
the
him
kid
up.
drive him there and feel remorseful?
Kelsey
Okay.
said a neighbor came and
So neighbor.
took the dad and 16-year-old.
So
Can you
she's
see
probably
if
the
you
one
can
that-
find out where neighbor is too? Driver.
That's by the RP.
All right.
Hello, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, did you hear anything down the street a little while ago?
No.
Nothing. Do you know the neighbors a couple doors down?
I met him once, not too long after we moved in. That's
Okay.
about it.
Have you seen anything down there? Anything suspicious or anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right, that's what I need to know. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. Hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
Crazy dogs.
No problem. I'm Officer Watkins with Grantsville Police Department. Hey, did you hear anything in the last couple hours?
No, I didn't. I was over visiting with Janine when I saw the police
Okay.
come, and then I came back. But do you want to ask my husband? He was inside here the whole time.
So the neighbor across the street didn't hear anything either then? No gunshots or anything like that?
She's 90.
Okay.
She wouldn't hear very well, but Francis, come here. Come on.
Here, I can stand outside.
No, you can come in.
Hi, sir. Hey, in the last hour or so, have you heard anything like any gunshots or anything like that go off?
No.
No? Do you know the neighbors down here at 93?
Is that 2 down from us?
Yeah.
The Haynies?
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you know if they had any problems or anything like that?
No.
I don't know. I was speeding earlier before it got dark, and I was off back there. We have property
See, our
and horses
property
back
goes
there.
all along that.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't hear anything. Then.
Okay. All right. That's all I need to know. Hey, thank you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, you get if I let myself out?
No, go for it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good night, ma'am.
Yep.
Following conversations with neighbors and further information gathering, it was revealed that the perpetrator behind the gruesome killings was none other than a 16-year-old male named C.J. Haynie, a member of the victim's own family. Officers confirmed that C.J. had traveled to the hospital in a vehicle driven by a neighbor, alongside his father, whom he had shot in the leg. Rushing to the hospital, officers apprehended C.J., and the ensuing dash cam and body cam footage documents that pivotal moment.
Because we were already different, he was already here, so we're at your feet right now. Now, he's still down at Mountain West in my car, but I can bring him up to you.
That was not the deal. We said. There he is. So what's next?
What was that, bud?
What's next?
We're going to the police department.
I thought they said someone else could come with me, like one of the members from my ward.
No, not right now.
Good.
So what's the procedure when we get there?
So we'll get out and I'll take you into our interview room and there's some detectives that want to talk to you.
Can't we wait until my lawyer gets here?
That's up to you.
Just to let you know, my cell phone's in my right pocket. I didn't touch it. It did ring when you were away, but I didn't look at it. What's the danger of having a small amount of someone else's blood get into your body?
What was that, bud? I'm sorry.
What's the danger of having a small amount of someone else's blood enter your body?
It just depends on if they've got what disease is, like hepatitis, HIV, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Can you check there's anything else on me? I just don't know.
Tissues, it feels like.
The phone's right there.
Just this phone?
That's all? Yeah. I'll make sure there's nothing on me.
Looks like you got some tissues in this pocket, maybe? Towel? No knives, no bombs, no nothing like that?
Yeah, can you check right here? I want to make sure something.
Should be good, bud.
Okay.
Nothing in your hood?
No.
Buddy. Let me go this way.
Follow the hallway?
Yep. And the open door on the left. And here, and go right here into this one.
Okay, just sit tight for a minute. Go ahead and have a seat in that red chair right there. I'll get right with you.
I don't feel any harm or damage or anything.
Okay, but so nothing feels like you've got an injury anywhere?
Like right here, it felt like a guy came take a look. It's like
on your knee?
Yeah, right there. Something feels stingy, but
can we just pull it up just to see if there's a visible injury there?
No,
a little bruise, maybe. Looks like there's some kind of a mark right there.
Yeah,
All right.
I just think it's not. What would you like me to call you to?
What's that?
What would you like me to call you by?
I'm Officer Watson. This is Detective Yeaman. So Watson and Yeaman. What's your name?
CJ.
CJ.
Haynie.
Haynie. All right. All right, CJ. So we're going to be the ones talking to you about what's happening tonight. Okay.
Okay. I just wanted. Don't I have a right to have a lawyer?
Sure. Yeah. I'm going to read you that right now. Okay. CJ, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish for one. If you decide to answer questions now without having counsel present, you may stop answering questions at any time, and also you may request counsel at any time during the questioning. Do you understand each of the rights that I have explained to you?
I think so.
And is there anything that you think you might be unclear on?
I think that's everything. But,
okay.
I kind of okay. I've been friends with my neighbor. I watched his dogs. He's a lawyer. He's wondering, can he be the one?
Can you what?
Can he be the lawyer?
If we need to go to that point, then we can, yeah. So, having those rights in mind, do you wish to speak with us now?
Not yet.
Not now? Okay. We're going to get some personal information from you, though. We won't ask you about the incident or anything then, but does CJ stand for anything?
Oh, my name is Colin Jeffrey Haynie.
All right. Is Jeffrey E-R-Y or R-E-Y?
J-E, 2 F's, R-E-Y.
R-E-Y.
Spell me your last name.
H-A-Y-N-I-E.
And Colin, how do you spell your first name?
C-O-L-I-N.
What's your date of birth?
Is that
your birthday? Do you have a cell phone that has a separate number from everybody else in the family?
Yes, I do have my own personal cell phone.
What's your cell phone number? And you live with your natural mom and dad at the house, or do you have parents are your parents mixed from other marriages or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm living with my mom and dad.
Okay. And what school do you go to?
Grantsville High School.
What grade are you in?
Sophomore.
Sophomore? Okay. And other than the bruise on your knee that we talked about, does anything else hurt or tingle, or
I don't feel anything.
Do you remember being hit, struck, poked, stabbed anywhere else?
No, I can't feel anything else. That's
okay. You feel pretty good right now?
Yeah, I feel okay.
How about bathroom stuff? Are you feeling okay about doing that?
By chance, can you get it where I to get my hands clean?
Oh, yeah. Is anybody taking pictures of you or anything? We're going to take some pictures. So until we take pictures, we're not going to wash you up or anything. Don't try to rub anything off because that can be bad also. You can get in trouble for that. So just stay the way you are. We'll take some pictures, and once we get everything documented, then we'll ask you again if you need to go to the bathroom, give you a drink, and let you get cleaned up a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
So what does the media get from this?
Not very much. Our job is not to help the news have a story to tell, so we're going to keep everything pretty private.
Okay. Got that.
All right. Are you wearing underwear?
Yes.
Okay. Because there's a chance we may take your clothes. So just want to make sure if we need to bring a pair down or if Because we'll have, if at the very least, we'll have a jumpsuit that we'll let you put on. But we want you to be comfortable and not have anything exposed that doesn't need to be exposed.
Got that.
Because even though you don't want to talk with us, we're still going to do everything else as if we just finished our interview with you right now. So that may include the collection of evidence, which is going to be clothes and photographs. Somebody might come down and examine you a little bit here, but we won't know until we get to that actual step. Okay, so just be a little patient. I know you've been kind of in handcuffs in the car for a while. You're going to be in handcuffs for a little bit while longer, so just relax. If you need something, just ask for us, and if it's something we can do right now, we'll take care of it. We want you to be comfortable.
So how much do you know so far?
I know that you are here and that you don't want to talk to us.
Got that.
This is the only place I've been. I came from home over to here, and I was waiting for you, so I don't know too much. We're hoping you would tell us what's going on, but we'll wait.
Got that.
All right. Anything else?
Oh, I think we'll go get a camera and I'll bring in my kit.
Yeah, we'll do some photographs. Like I said, and we'll go from there. As things are going to happen, we'll try to keep you updated, but it's going to be a little bit of a drawn out process. So it's like going to the doctor's office. Nothing's going to happen too fast from here on out.
Despite CJ confessing the killings to his father, he became reluctant to speak with detectives upon reaching the police station and requested legal representation. With CJ's refusal to provide further information, detectives turned to his father, Colin, who remained hospitalized for treatment, in hopes of uncovering a motive behind the tragic murders of his own family members.
I want to find out. This morning on film, you're back at the house, or we got the hospital. So tell me what was your day like today?
It was normal. I stayed a little later than normal at work because
so tell me about
a deadline. But
gotcha. So what time did you get home?
I left at about 5:15.
The dog says we should come check it real quick. Yes. Was that about the time you arrived at the house?
No, I arrived at the house around 6. I'm working so late.
It's about 6. Where do you work? Hey, church shelter.
They make X-ray tubes and
where's that at?
It's off the 201, about directly south of the airport. I'm a computer engineer by degree. I'm working as an equipment engineer.
So left work about 5:15, headed home. Got home around 6.
I assume it was about 6.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about once you got home. Kind of describe.
Okay. At our family, Friday night is movie night.
So it's Friday night is movie night, you said?
My wife usually makes pizza, and so I was anticipating that as I came home.
Okay.
I'm just going to take a look at your head while they're interviewing to see if I need to do anything with those wounds.
You said it was usually Friday night movie, you got home?
Yes, so I arrived home and everything, often my younger daughter greets me at the door, but she didn't. It's not all the time. I open the door. The living room is just to the left of the entryway. Okay. It was dark, except my son was in there watching some TV show, and there was a candle. I started in the entryway in the hallway and remembered that I hadn't finished my herbal tea. I take a thermos to work. So I took that thermos and put it in the piano bench, which is usually what I keep my food on while I eat.
Okay.
So then, as I came back out, I was going to go upstairs and put my stuff away. I usually change. And that's when my son, CJ, addressed me first.
So your son, CJ, did what now?
He said something to me about the candle, and I don't do well with particulates or fumes, and so I commented on how it was kind of a strong smelling candle. But when I first entered the room, he was sitting there with a very, I don't know, like almost a zombie look on his face. which isn't completely uncharacteristic for him, but
What does that mean?
he's had some struggles.
Tell me a little bit more about the struggles, if you can.
I'm sorry.
Emotional struggles, social mainly.
Okay.
And
I'll just numb them up so that we're not saying ow every 5 seconds.
sorry. Anyway, then things happened rather quickly, and I don't remember the exact order of everything, except that the room was very dim, but that's when he pulled out a gun, or had
So what room was that?
the living room, which is just to the left of the entryway.
Gotcha. So what was in that living room that you remember?
Well, it was
like your sofa?
Yeah, it was the sofa, my wife's computer desk, the piano, the TV, coffee table, and I'm sure that everybody says this in that kind of a situation, but it was kind of surreal. I mean, it took a bit for it to register. He fired the gun 3-4 times, I don't remember exactly, during the struggle, which came right after. Once I realized that he was out to kill me, then I engaged him, but he's bigger than me, and I think he hit me with one of the early shots, but I tried to take the gun from him, or at least get it under control.
So you said you guys had a struggle. So explain that to me. I guess he said he pulled the gun out.
Well, I didn't see him pull it out, and it was fairly dark.
Okay.
But I saw it in the darkness. He had it. And I don't know the exact sequence of things, but I do know he was trying to put a new clip in it.
Okay. Do you remember what the gun looked like?
It's a 9. I assume it's my 9mm. If he got a different one, I don't know. But I have a 9mm pistol.
Okay.
Where
do you normally keep that 9mm in the house?
I think I had it in my downstairs file cabinet. I think. I have a gun lockbox.
I'm gonna poke you really quick so I can start cleaning these.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, big poke. I'm sorry. Big sting.
Yeah.
Oh, sprung a leak. Let me get this other side. Can you move I just don't want to.
Yep.
Sorry.
Want your phone clean? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Colin, while she's doing that, just to kind of distract the pain a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, so you came in the house, you set your thermos down. Was he already in the living room?
Yes, he was sitting in the living room when I came in.
Okay.
Now I set I carry a computer bag, my thermos, and my lunchbox.
Okay.
We're gonna do this
So I
again.
left the thermos, I left the lunchbox and the computer bag in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Went back to drop off the thermos on the piano bench so I could come back for it later.
Did you see him at that point?
Yeah, I saw him in there, and that's why I say he had kind of
The candle smell is kind of strong.
Yeah,
That's kinda-
when all
okay.
of that happened.
Okay. And then what happened?
Well, I don't know exactly.
That's okay. What do you remember?
Well, the gun flashed. I could see the gun flashing.
Okay, so you saw the gun at that point?
I don't know exactly.
Okay. The gun flashed. Then what happened?
It took me a second or two to realize, okay, this is a life and death situation.
Okay.
But I will say that I've worked as a security guard. I've had some training. I've been told, okay, when you're in this kind of an encounter, you've got maybe 90 seconds and a full out going for it.
Okay.
We're gonna do another poke.
Okay.
So
that kind of hit my mind.
You saw the flash maybe 3 or 4 times?
Well, not all
initially?
at once. It was as we were wrestling, he fired.
So you saw the first flash. You engaged him, you said?
Yes.
How did you engaged him?
Well, I went to try and tackle him and take the gun away.
Okay.
Running away wasn't going to help me any.
What did he say to you during all this?
during this initial part that you've already talked to me about?
It wasn't a lot of conversation. It was all action.
Was he screaming anything? Was he?
Well, he was angry. Part of his emotional problems is that he blames me for a lot of things that are very irrational.
Okay. You're his father.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Yes, I am.
All right.
I thought you were making a comment on a teenager blaming their father.
Yeah. So you are his dad. Does he have any other parental other than you and your wife?
No.
Okay.
He's biologically my son.
Okay. So during the wrestling, what happened?
Well, it was back and forth onto the couch, and like I said, he's bigger than me, he's stronger than me, and he shot me in the leg, and then he hit me several times. I couldn't tell if it was a drinking glass or if it was hitting me with the gun or what, but it was, and so I was trying to go for the gun to get it under control.
So where's the gun at that time?
He had it.
Where?
In the living room.
Yeah.
In his hand.
Which hand do you remember?
I don't remember that, but I assume it was his right hand. He's right-handed. But, and I got my hands on it. He was shoving me down, and like I said, he was trying to change the clip. At one point, I got enough hold of the gun, and I discharged it towards the front of the room, as I recall.
Okay.
Trying to get, just empty it out.
Right. How many times?
I only got one shot out of it that I remember.
Okay.
So that's like this. But after the wrestling match kept going until I was exhausted, and we were kind of at a stalemate. But I finally was able to get the gun, and I was trying to reason with him, and then we worked our way back over to the entryway, and because I was trying to get out the front door and get some attention, that's why I shot towards the front of the house, hoping to get some attention. There was somebody out in the street, as well as discharge the gun. But before I could get the door unlocked, he slammed me into the wall, so I couldn't get away.
Lift your head for me.
And so eventually we got to a stalemate. I had total control of the gun, but I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything, and he beat me, in the head and whatever. And so it was a stalemate right behind the front door. And so then I started trying to reason with him. Why? Was this going to solve anything? And I told him, if I die, then you're guilty of murder. But, if we step back from this, then we can work things out and, go for the best possible outcome.
How old is CJ?
He's 16.
16.
And he started, he was tired and exhausted too, and he didn't have a gun. And so we started talking fairly calmly for quite a while. And I'll say even now, I love my son. I mean, this is awful if everything that he said he did is done. And at that point, I didn't know until later in the conversation. He told me that, because I said, your mom's going to come home, though I didn't know where she was. And that was when he told me that he'd already killed the rest of my family. And that's all I know of it. I didn't go upstairs. I didn't see later as we were sitting and talking.
Pinch.
Okay.
Did you? So you guys got done wrestling. You were stalemate. You kind of had a conversation with him. He told you the rest of your family was dead.
Well, okay, we were leaning against the wall. My leg was killing me.
Okay.
I finally told him, I'm getting weak. I got to sit down. If I pass out and die, now you got a murder on your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So we sat down on a little bench that's near the front door there, and we talked more. I put my arm around him, but he wouldn't let go of me. He didn't want me to bolt for the door or grab.
This one's not numb, so you're gonna feel it.
Okay. So I had the gun, and as a gesture, I slid it into the kitchen, just across the floor, to get it out of the way. Also, my car keys were on the floor in the living room, and I was hoping we could get to them, but he wouldn't let me get over there.
Right.
Because I knew I needed to get to the hospital. Blood was dripping. I knew I was going to pass out if I didn't. I didn't know how bad, but it was everywhere. Didn't know how much longer I was going to remain conscious. But we had a talk, and I just tried to calm him down. We talked about, what was bugging him, about stuff at school. Tried to understand, tried to strengthen some kind of trust there that he could. I told him, if you'll get me to the hospital, I'll do the best I can to help you. At this point, we can't undo what's been done at this point. But
so what do you mean undo what's been done?
He shot me, and there was blood smeared all over the wall. But I didn't know initially that it was while we were sitting on the bench and we were having further conversation that he finally said that he'd already killed everybody else.
What did he say exactly? Did he say it like that? I already killed everybody else, or what?
It was something like the reason I can't. It was something about how he couldn't undo what he'd done. Just taking me to the hospital wasn't gonna, because he'd already gone too far with everything else. And I was in shock, I'm sure. I just tried to remain calm, prayed. Someone would find us because I was getting weaker and I could feel that. And after we'd been sitting and visiting for a while, the doorbell rang. And I'd suggested, can we call a neighbor? Can we do, because he doesn't have his driver's license. And he was afraid that I would pass out and crash and kill us both.
Okay.
On the way to the hospital.
Let me stop you right there. The time that the gunshots happened, because it sounds like those all happened pretty quick. So the time from the gunshots being fired to the neighbor coming, how long was it?
Well, I don't know, except that while we were driving in the car, it looked like it had been an hour and a half about since the time I'd gotten
Does
home.
That feel about right?
It could easily be, because we had a fairly long talk. I don't know. You can look at my phone and see what time I got home. Maybe I don't know.
So during the time that you were talking to him, and he had said that he killed the rest of them, or whatever he said, what did you attempt to go look for your family?
No, he was holding me. I couldn't go anywhere.
Holding you, like hugging you, or just kind of?
He had his arm around me. Yes. Yeah, he had me in his arms, and I was weak, and I couldn't even get my keys.
Okay, where was your phone at that point?
In my pocket.
Okay.
Sorry, that one's gonna sting. It'll be quick though.
Did you ask him where Mom was?
I did. I don't remember asking him that before he volunteered that they weren't going to come.
Okay, so you're on your way to the hospital.
So the neighbor came. He looked out the window.
Sorry, one more of those really painful ones.
By that time, I think he was convinced that the best option for him was to. I told him, you show up at the hospital with me. That shows that you had a change of heart.
Right.
And I was explaining that before I found out about the rest of the family. But I was just trying to say, you stop now, things are better than if you don't. And he also told me that the house, his plan was that he already had gasoline set up somewhere, and that he was going to burn the whole house down. And I told him, forensic people will figure out that that's what you did, and you're not going to get away with that. And I think all of that kind of, when he realized he wasn't going to get away with it, I think then that helped him to back down too.
Okay.
But anyway.
So you guys arrived at the hospital. What happened?
What happened at the hospital?
Well, what happened when you guys got here?
I held his hand all the way to the hospital. The neighbors are good friends of ours. They tried to calm him and reassure him. He's very afraid of what's going to happen to him now, understandably. And like I said, I held his hand. It's awful, but I don't see any point in making it worse by. And I wouldn't say he's not accountable for his actions, not at all. But right now, I figured he needs, the best friend I can be to him.
Okay.
You got a couple more
Colin,
painful pinches.
Colin, I regret to inform you, your wife and 3 children are deceased. Okay. At what point did you suspect that was true?
When he told me. I was really busy up to that point because he jumped me as soon as I got in the living room there. And I didn't have a lot of time to think, but I did tell him, look, you need to take me to the hospital. We were sitting there and I said, it's probably better if we go before your mom comes home.
Yeah. What was going through your mind when he told you that?
Shock. How do you respond to that?
Did you think it was true?
I did. I assumed.
So you were in shock? Can you explain that shock? What was going through your mind? What were you thinking? What were you telling yourself?
I was trying to stay alive. Okay. I was bleeding. I didn't know how badly. I was starting to shake. And part of that's, adrenaline and whatever, but I had seen blood dripping. It was all over the place, and I didn't know how long I had before I passed out. That was what was going through my mind, and I figured the only, do I want to live or not? That's what was going through my mind because everything hurt. And I decided, I want to live. I'm going to fight for this best I can.
Okay. It's kind of went into survival mentality.
Very much so.
Before you went to the hospital with him, did you ask him to see the family? Did you ask him to go see, or were you still kind of in that survival mode?
Oh, I was in survival. I didn't know how much longer I was going to be able to stay conscious. It was hurting.
So you felt like you were passing out?
Well, yes, and I was very shaky. I couldn't move. And frankly, if what he said was true, I didn't want to be the one to discover it.
Okay.
No.
Colin, do you remember the last time you and your wife spoke?
Probably this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
You usually call her on the way home, or?
We text. I text her right before I leave, so she'll know when I'm going to get there. Especially on movie night, that's important. She times everything.
She responded to your text right before you left?
She didn't today, which I thought was a little unusual. But usually she does. Says drive safe, but.
Okay. Just one. Okay. You can. The little phone. Get any other questions or any questions you have for us?
Ouch.
I'm so sorry.
I'm curious to know what happens to CJ.
We don't know yet. Like I said, this is still in preliminary. Trying to find out what exactly happened at the house. And then,
I have a son who's going to UVU. He's down in Provo.
yeah, so he's been trying to contact us. So
He has been trying to contact.
Yeah, I guess somebody sent out some messages through social media. And so we've been trying. I guess when the bishop's out here, I was trying to get a hold of him. Didn't. So.
So does he know?
We're hoping. We don't know. We've been trying to call him, and he's not answering our calls. So we're hoping the bishop does get a hold of him, and then he has a friend or somebody that can drive him down here to be with you.
Not driving himself probably isn't a good idea. Sorry, I held it together till now, but
No, you're fine. I told you.
I could do that more.
You're fine.
so what happens to me?
Well, we gotta get you treated and get you better before they can release you from the hospital. That's all I can tell you on that.
So is that what you needed?
Yeah, I just need to get a picture of what happened today, and
you hear horror stories of, the Fugitive movie and stuff like that. So I guess I'm a little concerned about saying anything, but I kind of want to get it out while it's fresh. And
I got you. So you just want to make sure that nobody else is outstanding or somebody else came into your home to do this. That's our main concern.
Okay, probably 4 pinches over here. Okay.
You ready, Colin?
Can you turn your head just a little bit more? Two may do the trick.
Any military service, Colin?
no, my father was Air Force, but
Okay.
I'm not. Closest thing for me was, like I said, security guard and working for the defense industry.
Boy at UVU, does he have any access to any firearms?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that I know.
He's headed down to see you. He wants to see you and talk to you. I don't know. I don't know. He wants to see you, obviously, right? So, we'll let him come talk to you as long as Detective Chavez is completely done with you. Lieutenant Sagers of Grantsville is okay with it. Of course, we'll pat him down before he comes in here and make sure everything's okay. If Doc's okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to have you lift your head just a little bit.
This is his.
Yeah.
This is the last one. Before I staple that one.
So you didn't see what he was hitting you in the head with?
It was fairly dark.
Did it feel hollow or did it feel very solid?
It was pretty solid. I kind of had the impression that maybe it was a drinking glass, just because that's the kind of thing we would have had around in the house.
Okay. He still had a gun in his hand at that point, right?
Oh, he kept beating me after I got control of the gun. So,
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And he was still hitting you with an object?
Some object, yes.
All right.
Oh, he did mention that he left. My neighbors were kind of questioning carefully when we were driving here. He did mention I have a shotgun, and it sounds like he got into my gun cabinet and got that out too.
Okay.
And I think he left that on the stairs or something. He said.
So where's the gun cabinet downstairs?
No, it's upstairs in my bedroom.
Is it locked?
Apparently not.
Okay.
It's not real. I mean, it's not a safe. You could pry it open without too much effort, and I didn't see this coming, so I just.
Right. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't think that.
So you're probably wondering what's going to happen with CJ. Obviously, he's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Okay, so I don't think he'll be released. Okay, so. Released.
Oh,
So, as you suspect, right? So.
I would be afraid if he was.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the last staples back here. Can you lift your head just a little bit? It's probably gonna be 3. You can relax your head for a second.
Colin, CG on any kind of medication?
No, but. No. But like I said, he's had some. When he was younger, he had some hearing issues, which led to some learning disabilities.
I got you.
And so that has kind of put him behind, and so we've struggled. We've done homeschool. We do special ed, those kinds of things, and he seemed to be doing well in all of his classes except for math.
Where was he going to school?
Grantsville.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, lift your head up for me. 3 pinches. 1, 2, 3.
Any of your children homeschooled, or were they all going to?
They've all been homeschooled at one point in time.
But at this time, they were all going to school.
We put them all in the fall.
Okay.
They were all 4 being homeschooled. But they were not doing well, and so I insisted we put them into regular school.
Regular school. Okay.
And so it was all, they were adjusting well, except for CJ, who was having social issues.
Okay, and then maybe roll this way.
How do you spell your last name?
Haynie.
So just to review, that we did not see.
So, what are the...
I commend you for getting him to the hospital. Probably saving more people, including cops. To be honest with you. So I commend you for doing that. Well, yeah, I mean...
I think his plan was to burn the house down and look like he was barely escaped, but
yeah.
I don't know.
There's a urinal if you need a urinal. The doctor would prefer you use this at this point until we know how stable you're going to be.
Sure.
And plus, with that leg, you might not be able to really stand. So,
okay.
So she wants you just to try to use that.
Okay.
Okay?
It's the best outcome for what it is.
Okay. Well, that's what I was shooting for.
Yeah.
I tried to encourage him and...
I'm sorry, Colin.
So, aren't there like psychological stages you go through when something traumatic like this happens?
Yeah, so it's called trauma brain, and everybody reacts differently. If you were laughing right now, it wouldn't surprise me because everybody reacts differently. Some people are hysterical, some people don't react. Some people are, everybody reacts different. You're gonna have stages when it hits you. It probably hasn't hit you yet.
I don't think it has.
Your family's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You have 4 kids, right?
5.
10 included. Okay. So it's gonna be hard. You're gonna need obvious counseling. You're gonna need obvious help. So, but you're handling it. You're handling it so well. You really are.
We'll see when the shock wears off.
I commend you for getting him here. So, I don't know what the outcome would have been.
Wouldn't say I was in a position to control though. I just talked to him and that seemed like the best thing to do.
Whatever it was, it worked. Obviously, so Danny heard about it not from us. So he heard that something was going on in your street. Eventually we got a hold of him. He told him what happened. So, of course, the news is already everywhere. Okay, so just worry about you and Danny right now. That's all you need to worry about. Okay, so and healing, and making sure that you're okay. Did he have depression, CJ?
I would say so.
Was he diagnosed with anything?
Not that I know of. Psychologically, no. He's had some health issues where he would be... I just did not see this. I mean, he was mad at me.
Like continually, like chronically, or just was this acute? Obviously, teenagers have a hard time getting along with their parents. Was this something that happened the day before that that pissed him
No,
off?
this has been going on for a while.
Well, what is it specifically?
Just his social life isn't what he wanted it to be.
Okay, so
And-
not, like, no, he's not hanging out with friends that he's
Right.
not allowed to hang out with friends that he
No,
wants.
it wasn't that we prevent him, but he would sabotage his own success. I mean, they all started public school after being homeschooled for years. He blames me for not putting him in public schools before and claims that he hadn't developed socially because of that. Well, I've met plenty of socially awkward kids who've gone their whole time and they're in their career they're still awkward. But there was a lot of irrational stuff, and like just last night, it was either last night or the night before, my wife had told me that he was interested in building a desk for his computer. He's in the games and stuff. And I built 3 desks of my own, so I thought something common ground we can talk about. But he was so rude when I brought it up. It was just, okay, what else can I say? And so it was kind of he kind of gave me the silent treatment. I greeted and little to nothing in response, and it was like he was trying to punish me or something. But I kept attempting to reach out, but I don't know. He had an incident in the school a few months ago where somebody, have you heard of this? Somebody put their camera through the crack in the door of the bathroom or the wall. And that kind of seemed like a tipping point for him, that maybe it put him over the edge.
He was recorded?
Sorry?
He was recorded?
No, the kid's dad, the perpetrator's dad, is in law enforcement. He had the phone searched. And he did find pictures that were taken in bathrooms, but none of CJ. But he didn't really want to let it go. And though he told me while we were sitting on the bench, me bleeding tonight, I asked about that. Is this what put you over the edge? And he said, no, and that he'd actually kind of worked things out with that boy, that they'd had a discussion. And so.
Was that at Grantsville High?
Yes.
He's about that raise, and he's got 75. What's that? Okay.
Anyway, he was definitely troubled. And
mental health issues, possibly undiagnosed?
Possibly.
Do you have manic states, meaning states of being happy, being excited about stuff, working hard and being motivated?
He was very hard working. In fact, he was the ideal, like a weird teenager, because he would always ask us, do you need me to do anything?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he set the example for his siblings, and they kind of followed his path and everything until just recently. And then, now, I should tell you, we've always been against first-person shooters. But some of his cousins were playing one when we went down to visit him a year and a half, 2 years ago, I remember. And they got him an account, and I thought, okay. So we kind of let it go. And that's how it got in our house. So when when we had this issue with the bathroom, and he was angry and whatever, I had interviewed him. I interviewed my kids from time to time just to see what was going on, and he admitted that he was having dark thoughts. And when I heard that, I said, okay, that's it. No more. We didn't go into exactly what that was, but towards
the bathroom incident?
Yes, we were discussing about that. But when he told me that, I said, okay, first-person shooters are not doing that anymore in our house. If that's a way that if you're having dark thoughts and that's an opportunity for you to simulate, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that he's been most angry with me about lately.
Taking away the game. Awesome. Well, that's maybe some good information for Detective Chavez. It's all recorded, so we'll be able to. I went to a training. Just trying to relate to the situation. I went to a training a while back, and they said all mass murders have one thing in common, it's the video games. So maybe that didn't cause it, but that's what they have in common, right? Do all people that play first-person shooters become mass murderers? No.
Obviously not.
But that's, yeah. And it's, you know, I'm a dad of 6 months, so I don't know anything about parenting. So, I mean, it's got to be hard as a parent to, especially to a teenager where you're trying to kind of find that middle ground. So, don't blame yourself. Okay, and that's maybe a stage that you're wondering about. It's called survivor's guilt. Why did you survive and your family didn't? Well, that's something that you're going to think of, and it's going to haunt you. Okay, and you'll have dark thoughts because of that. Don't let that enter your mind. Okay, you survived basically, I think, to tell a story, right? So to fight for your family. There's got to be somebody there to fight for them, right? So.
Following the interview with Colin, detectives turned their attention to the evidence, piecing together a timeline of events on that tragic day. It was uncovered that the crime unfolded over several hours, with CJ lying in wait for his family members to return home. CJ initiated the violence around 1 p.m., first fatally shooting his mother, Alejandra Haynie, and 12-year-old sister, Milan Haynie. He then waited for the arrival of others. His 15-year-old sister, Alexis Haynie, fell victim sometime between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Lastly, when his 14-year-old brother, Matthew Haynie, arrived home at approximately 5:17 p.m., he too was fatally shot. Despite being shot in the leg, their father managed to wrestle the weapon away and survive, arriving home around 6:15 p.m. Colin Jeffrey Haynie, age 16 at the time of the crime, was charged as an adult with 4 counts of aggravated murder, 1 count of attempted aggravated murder, and 5 counts of illegal discharge of a firearm. During court proceedings, a pre-investigation report revealed CJ's admission of anger towards his father due to past arguments, with CJ stating, "I thought if I killed my dad, everyone would turn against me, so I made a selfish decision to kill them all." The report also detailed how Haynie strategically shot each family member in different areas of the house to prevent them from encountering one another upon returning home. On July 19, 2022, Haynie pleaded guilty to the shootings, and on July 12, 2023, he was sentenced to 5 consecutive terms of 25 years to life.